Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM here on a Wednesday morning here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in the US, and we're heading to my favourite city over in the US. Of course, that is in Nashville, Tennessee. And of course, we've won the music artist over there. And of course, it is great to have this artist on the show. Of course, her name's Kelsie Watts, who joins us right now. Thanks, Kelsie, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Well, tell us, how's it been like for you so far to start 2022 in regards to the music side of things?
Oh, I'm so grateful it's 2022. It's a new year. I feel like the rest of the world can also attest to that. Yeah, already really busy, which is awesome. Got a new song coming out in March, planning shows for June, new photos, merch, like all kinds of things. So definitely off to a great start.
Mentioned about that new single that's going to be coming out very soon, next month. So without giving too much away, can you just tell us exactly what the song might be in regards to, and when are you hoping to release it in March?
Yeah, so it's actually a song called Running to You, and it's a collaboration with a producer and DJ. His name is Redder. And whenever he approached me initially wanting to do a collaboration, we brainstormed for a while about different topics, different ideas, kind of bounced off each other. And we landed on the process of like self-confidence, and allowing yourself to know that it's okay if you messed up in the past. It's okay to have mistakes that you've made, and you're allowed to let yourself be loved following that. So that's kind of the gist of the story, is who you were in the past is who you were in the past, and that's gone and done. And now you're allowed to still grow and be something new, and you're lovable no matter what. March 19th, 18th, it's a Friday. We're releasing this song March 18th.
Well, at least you got the right day in regards to March 19th, our time.
Right, that was totally planned. I totally.
So it's about a month time exactly, from Friday, your time, of course. So are you excited? Are you counting down to that release in about 4 weeks' time?
Yeah, we're super excited. Everything's done. We have a release plan. We start promoting about 2.5 weeks out. Start kind of teasing, throwing things up on TikTok, on Instagram, so that way people don't forget. If we start talking about it now, they'll forget. Yeah. I'll forget. So it's exciting having everything roll up to it. I think people are really going to love it. It's an awesome song.
Have you done any performances already this year? I'm assuming around the Music City.
Honestly, January was pretty chill. I was in South Africa for quite a while. So just now getting back into town, have done a lot of writing. The first show I have coming up is April 2nd. And it's going to be a writer's round with a lot of friends. And so we'll be playing here. So that's the first one coming up.
You mentioned that you spent most of Jan in South Africa. So did you do any live performances there, or any little gigs or anything like that?
Man, I wrote a lot. Would love to do performances in South Africa. Oh my gosh, like international stuff is my favorite. I would love to come to Australia. It's on my bucket list, like Melbourne specifically. I'm like, gosh, I want to go. So hopefully now that the world is open and my passport's good, we can start doing shows all over the place.
Get to the Aussie part in a moment, but so you sort of beat me by a question there. So you mentioned obviously it starts in April 2nd, which obviously is about maybe a couple of weeks after the release. Yeah. So we mentioned about the release itself. So have you done like a music video for this?
Not for this song specifically, just it's a collaboration. And so it's kind of him and me both together are just releasing it as a project. But I'm going to do some video work in a week in Vail, Colorado. So that's going to be super cool. Yeah, so working on a whole other project, an EP, got a couple of songs that we're getting finished, and then we'll do videos for. So it's a lot that's happening for sure.
You mentioned about Australia just a moment ago.
Yeah.
So how's your 24,500 followers on Insta? So how many of those are Aussies, and how much of support that you're getting back here in Australia?
Gosh, I need to look that up. I'm not sure. I need to look. I have no idea. Can you look at things like that?
I know.
I know you can on Spotify. You can look up where the majority of your followers are from. I have a lot in Sweden and Japan and some in the UK and Germany. Germany is a big one. I have to look at Australia. I'm not positive, but we can start this new relationship and have just Australia go hardcore. Would be awesome. So I don't know, but it's always been one of my favorite places. I wanted to go since I was little. I think it's the most beautiful country. Oh my gosh. So yes, if I can bring all the music over there and then we can all become music friends, that'd be great.
Well, you mentioned most of your followers on Spotify is in Europe. So is there any plans for that?
At the moment, we haven't started working on tours. We're working on all of the releases. But yeah, that would be awesome. That is the goal, is to be able to actually come overseas, have a full tour, bring everybody over. So we have a couple of releases that we're doing first, and then that's 100% in the works for sure. And I can even, if you want, I can play you part of the song if you want to hear it. Oh. At some point, towards the end or something like that,
All right. So let's talk a bit about your music journey now. Where did it all start, and why did you choose it?
It's gonna sound so cliche, honestly, but I've been singing since I was 2. It's the first video we have of me singing. My parents, I was 2 years old in straight up Bugs Bunny pajamas on the fireplace, singing. I've just been singing since I can remember. And I just thankfully have really awesome parents who supported me in loving to sing and dance and perform, and went to college for it. I did opera for a while and then musical theater, and just kind of found myself as an artist on the way, thankfully, which was really, really awesome. But yeah, I mean, I really have been doing it for what feels like forever, honestly.
About doing, going to college for your music, career and all that, so especially musical and opera. So is that something you want to eventually go into?
Not necessarily. I mean, my stuff is very pop rock. I think it would be really cool. Ariana Grande is about to play Glinda in Wicked in the movie.
Yes.
That's cool. Jennifer Hudson crosses over a lot. Zendaya crosses over a lot. So I think it would be really awesome to eventually get to do something like that. Yeah, it'd be really cool. I love that everybody's kind of doing a bunch of everything.
So now I know a lot of music artists moved to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm assuming that's the same case with you. Am I correct?
I did. I moved for college. I transferred into a place called Belmont University, and it's here in Nashville. And so that's initially what brought me here. Yeah.
So you must tell us your hometown. And have you ever performed in your hometown?
Yeah, my hometown is in Lubbock, Texas. So West Texas, kind of up, if you're looking at, if this is Texas, it's up in the little panhandle thing, almost. But yeah, I've done a lot of performances there. There's a little restaurant that I would play at all the time called The Funky Door. It was super fun. And then I have people that ask me to come back a lot. So even though I don't live there anymore, my parents are still there, but I'll have churches and high schools and people that want to bring me in to do a concert or sing for their event. So it's really awesome. I get to go back a lot.
So what did convince you to go to the Music City, and how you found being surrounded by numerous music artists that's done the same thing?
Honestly, it was really cool going from a small town like Lubbock, Texas, to a massive city like Nashville, Tennessee. Like you'll be a big fish in a small pond in one place, and then you come in here and you're like a small fish in a massive pond. But if I'm being honest, you get to expand in a city like this. There's so many artists, and everybody is insanely talented. Producers, songwriters, managers, like publishers, everything is here, which is really cool. But one thing I have found is a lot of it is country music and Christian music. And so being a pop artist, it kind of helps me stick out a little bit because there's not a lot of us here. They're coming slowly but surely. There's a lot of pop people coming to Nashville. It has now started. There's a lot more. But I've really enjoyed being around so many other like-minded people. It definitely helps you grow, and I've learned a ton.
So what does the music industry mean to you now?
And I mean, it's like my life, like without getting like too introspective or whatever. I mean, it's a blast. Like it's what I do. It's what I live for. It's my passion. Every aspect of it, from the singing to the playing to the performing to the business side of it. It's awesome. I love it.
Now, you mentioned about your genre of music, obviously, which is completely different to the music in Tennessee, let alone in your home state of Texas as well.
Texas.
So why did you end up choosing this genre? Considering obviously Tennessee and Texas are very similar in regards to their genres, where it's mainly country.
Yeah. For some reason, when I was growing up, my parents played a lot of Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, but then also like Kiss and Boston and Def Leppard. And like I have this just mass variety of music that I was brought up on. And then, you have like Mariah Carey and all of these different really strong female influences. And so I found as I got older and I started to kind of discover my voice more, my voice fit that better. And I don't have a natural like country accent, so most people that sing country music just naturally have that twang even when they speak, not just whenever they're singing. And I just never fell into that. I don't know why, but I saw people like back in the day, like Demi Lovato and Lady Gaga and Sia, and like these artists that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And that's just what I was drawn to, the costumes and the performances and the dancers. And I was like, I want to do that. That's cool. Like Katy Perry was like idol, like loved her. So I think it's just what I was drawn to. But I definitely stuck out like a sore thumb because I wasn't country. I was like, yeah.
How's the support like being back home in Texas?
It's awesome. I really do. I'm really blessed to have the support system that I have, honestly. We were in Lubbock for a really long time, and my family's still there. So I feel like we know everybody. But it's cool. Every time I go back, like there's always a lot of people we get to see, and even like on things like Facebook and Instagram, it's constantly like, hey, Kelsie, rooting for you. Hope you're doing good. Like all the time. It's great.
Where do you want to take this music journey?
Oh man, like everywhere. To Australia, duh. Honestly, like want to tour internationally, sell out stadiums, like, do it like people like Taylor Swift are doing, and like do it for a living. I'm already really blessed that I get to do it for a living now, even though I'm not like on a global scale. But that's what I'm working towards. And I really do. I have a passion to share my music with people because I have things to say, and I want to be able to tell people and build relationships along the way. And I really feel like that's what music is. You're relating to people and you're making friends. And so the more massive I can create that, the better.
What would be your advice to people that should get involved in music?
So many different things, man. There's a lot of positives in it. And even the negatives I feel like are really positive, if I'm being honest. I would tell people, don't compare yourself to anybody. comparison is the thief of joy. So you are your own person and your own self, and there's nobody else like you. So embrace that. I'd say work really, really hard, harder than anybody else. And be gracious of both compliments and critique, because you get to learn from both of them. People are like, it's so hard. And I mean, like, yeah, it is, but you're also getting to do what you love for a living. So just enjoy the journey and learn from as many people as you can. Okay?
Have you ever had an embarrassing moment while performing on stage?
The first one that pops in my head is I was doing a gig portraying Madonna. Okay. As musicians, we have lots of different jobs. And so I was impersonating Madonna for this event, and I'm supposed to like come out on stage, and it's like this big, if you can picture it, it's like a big T, like a big runway. Yes. And I come up on stage, I'm supposed to like put my arms out, and the shoes were insanely massive. And right as I come out, I go, "Gah-gah," and like just like fell so hard. And I caught myself on these railings, and I was like, oh, I mean, so thankfully I didn't topple all the way backwards. But it definitely fell, and I had the most massive bruises like under my arms. So, I mean, there've definitely been moments like that. My voice has cracked a couple times. I've been like, whoops. But you just keep going, smiling. We're like, forgotten the words a couple of times. You just pretend like you didn't and keep going.
I'm so glad you just answered that. My next question I was going to ask about forgetting lyrics. So do you have a pre-performance superstition or ritual?
I don't have a superstition. I always tell myself, like right before I go on stage, I pray. And I'm like, God, just let them see you through me and help me enjoy this performance, because it's not for me, it's for everybody else. So pretty much every single time I go out on stage, that's my thing. And that takes away all of the nerves and takes away all of the pressure, and I get to just have fun. One
final one before we'll get you to give us a little snippet of that song. So when you performed on stage in your gigs, have you ever had a strange request by any of your fans?
I mean, I get strange like song requests.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think. I've never had anybody ask for anything like absolutely outlandish. Now I have had somebody come up on stage and ask to sing with me, but they were, on another level and just took the mic away. Like literally it was, and so they were like, yeah, I want to sing with you, and just took it. And I was like, okay, let's go with it. So I guess you could call that a request. But outside of that, no, nothing outlandish outside of just super random song requests.
Well, I might as well get you to introduce the song that you're going to sort of give us a snippet of.
Yeah. So this is called Running to You, and it's co-written between me and a guy named Redder. So let me pull up, all right, let me make sure that my volume's up on the phone. You'll have to tell me if you can actually hear it.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely be listening to that song once that's out. Love it. That everywhere. Is so the best.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, like all of the above. And I'll also post it on like TikTok, Instagram, all of that.
Well, you almost just answered my last question, my actual last question I'm going to ask. So how can they follow you on social media and on these favorite streaming services?
Awesome. So you can follow me, just search Kelsie Watts, Kelsie, and then Watts like a light bulb on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Like really, you can Google it and then it will come up, which would be awesome. But yeah, it comes out March 18th and I'm super excited. It's gonna be great.
Well, Kelsie, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to join us. And we are so excited about your new single coming up, of course, about a month from Friday. And of course, can't wait to download that music and add to my favorite Spotify playlist so I can bob around the streets of Melbourne.
Yeah. And then next time I'll actually be in Melbourne and then we can just play it everywhere.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. You were awesome. And hopefully we get to chat again.
No worries. And that's Kelsie Watts joining us there. As she mentioned, of course, you have to wait till Saturday, March 19th, our time, and of course, to listen to that amazing song as we just had a little snippet just a moment ago. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.